Kenny, they say it's a bad spot to step into the footsteps of a legend. Have you given that any thought?
It's a bad spot? I don't think it's. I don't think it's a bad spot. No, I think it's a great spot to be in. I think I'm on a great team, got great guys around me, so I'm excited to be here.
What's your objective, Kenny?
Objective?
Yeah.
I mean, just get better and play. I mean, I gotta, get some more reps in a new offense, new system, get more comfortable, and just compete. Really.
How much work did you get in the last 6 weeks, and what all did you do? A
lot. Yeah, I was back in New Jersey with the same guys I trained with for the draft, and really just getting ready to prepare my body mentally, physically to get ready for a long season, first rookie year. So I'm excited and ready to go.
Kenny, what's your comfort level with the offense, confidence with the offense?
Yeah, it's getting up there. I mean, I spent a lot of the time that we had off studying and preparing and getting ready for this moment in this camp. So, but it's a little different, obviously, when you go play. So I just want to get the reps under my belt, and I think every day, just like in the spring, I'll get better and better and feel more comfortable.
Kenny, what are you most looking forward to here at camp off the field?
Off the field? I think just spending time with the guys, because, I mean, it's different than college. In the spring, you kind of hang out with a lot of guys in college, and here everyone kind of goes their separate ways and goes home, but you have no choice but to hang out with the guys here. So it's tight quarters, and I'm excited to get to know these guys a little bit better.
What have you heard about the fans as well, and just how they show up here? And what do you
I heard they show up in strong numbers, and that's awesome every day to have their energy and their support, and I know that'll definitely give everyone a boost to go out there and practice and play hard.
Kenny, what else have you been told about what to expect out of camp at the Trove?
I mean, just take it a day at a time, really. I think it's a legendary place. A lot of legends and greats have come through here, and it's pretty incredible to now walk the same path that they did. And we're all chasing greatness together, so I'm excited to be here.
Did you cut your hair, or did you ever just the hat?
Probably the hat. I cut it a little bit, but yeah, nothing crazy.
Kenny, Pat talked about working out with you in New Jersey this offseason.
Yeah.
Was that, like, how did that come about?
His girlfriend lives about 15 minutes from where I'm from, so when he was in town, I was like, we'll definitely get together and we'll train. So that was awesome, and I think, a couple summers down the road now, we'll be able to link up together in Jersey and train a little bit.
Who are you rooming with here?
Chris Oladugan, yeah.
You only have one roommate?
One, yeah, and then it connects you with like a bathroom, and then we're in a little bit of a smaller room, so yeah.
Kenny, those legends and greats you referenced a second ago, any of them in particular resonate with you? Think about 2 or 3 in particular?
I think Jerome Bettis for sure. I mean, that was a guy. He was a Notre Dame guy. My dad was a Notre Dame fan, so I think of him. Obviously, Ben. Got all the championship Steelers teams before me that come along. So I mean, there's a ton of guys, but those are the first things that kind of pop into my head.
And what's the dynamic with quarterbacks? You guys are all friendly. You know you're after the same job. Mm-hmm. How does that work? And do you rely on one another? Is there a lot of conversation?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you're a pro about it, and we're all friends, and we're all competing. The best man's going to play. So at the end of the day, so we're all out there just competing, having fun, and playing together.
In minicamp and OTAs, did you feel like the competition is wide open, and do you feel like that's continuing now that you're here?
I mean, they laid it out for you in the media. Coach laid it out just the way he laid it out to us. There was a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and that's kind of how it went in camp and in like mini camp and OTA. So we'll see how it goes when camp opens up tomorrow.
Kenny, we saw a lot of videos of you working on your game, your footwork, and your passing in between mini camp and now. What do you feel like the best thing that you achieved in that month leading up to this?
I mean, listen, it's 4 weeks. It's really just consistency and kind of just sharpening my skills, getting ready to go here. So. Throwing a lot of the concepts that we practice, so I think that's a huge plus. Having some knowledge of the offense and be able to go practice those routes and those schemes and the different kind of footwork that we have. So I think that was a huge plus for me.
Were there any other teammates that you now have that you got to get a little bit closer to during that time?
No, everyone kind of went their separate ways. Everyone goes home or wherever they're training at. I was able to talk to Pat and obviously train with him for a couple of days, and that was awesome.
Kenny, Camp said he was looking forward to the rookie show during camp. I'm curious, you got anything in the works? Started working on it?
Nothing yet. I can get back to you on that, though. We definitely have some work to do there.
Are you a solo guy or are you a group guy?
Definitely hope to be a group guy. I'll talk to the other guys and see what they're feeling.
Kenny, what do you have to do to win this job out of camp?
I mean, just be consistent and play my game every day. I'm just focused on getting better, honestly. That's a long ways away. Coming from where I was in spring and just kind of learning the offense and things like that. So I'm just want to compete and get better every day.
I know some guys have to bring certain stuff. They get assigned, especially the young ones. Did you have to bring anything in particular for your group or for the offense?
I did not yet. No one let me know about anything, so hopefully I'm good.
Kenny, have you gotten any indication that your reps or your rotation would be any different here than it was in OTAs?
No, we haven't had any meetings yet, so no, not yet.
You have a young offensive line, but a lot of guys who've been here, gone through it a little bit, which should help them. What's your feel for guys phone to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all great guys. They all work hard every day. They're all pros. So I'm excited to see how they all compete, and we'll get better together every day.
Good. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Why is now the time to step up your leadership?
Because we don't have a leadership role on offense. So, excuse me, guys. For me to be that type of guy that came in last year and kind of, Ben kind of told me about me stepping into that role. It was important for me to do it this year.
You get some advice from Cam Heyward on that along the way too?
Yeah, Cam always gives me advice. Even when I walked in there, he would say for me to come out here and talk to you guys too. So, I'm slowly stepping into that role, embracing it.
Najee, what have you heard about training camp here at Saint Vincent, and what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, I heard that we be in these dorms, and I don't think they're good too. I don't think they're the nicest ones, but I heard that there's a lot of people here who shows up, a lot of support from the fans. I heard that it's a good environment though for football, and we're strictly going to be learning about football. We're going to be, with each other for a good amount of time. So there's a lot of new guys on the team. We're going to be bonding with them. So I heard good things other than the dorm rooms.
Najee, saw you tweet about Thomas' interview on that podcast that he was on. You seemed really motivated about what he said. How much did that, or what things did he say that really channeled with you and got you juiced up to come back for a second year and keep doing what you're doing?
You talking about the one with the pivot?
Yeah.
I forgot, to be honest with you, what was even said in that interview.
Well, just talking about leadership and what he expects out of his players, and I think you kind of resonated. You seem to resonate with his message.
Because him and Cam, they brought me in there a lot and talked about the leadership role, and they said they didn't, later in the season they didn't want me to. They brought me in and said they didn't want me to be that type of guy yet because they just want me to get my feet wet and just slowly work into it. But they told me, there's going to be a time where you need to be that guy. So.
Now the time. Who are your roommates here? Who are your roommates here? How did you pick up?
I don't actually have one.
How did you manage to get your own room?
He got cut.
I know some guys like Minka. He said he has 4 guys. Kenny has, I think, a room to himself.
Nah, my roommate got cut. Yeah.
They didn't reassign the new guy to you?
No, I tried to get one, but they didn't want to. I guess I got my own room. I don't control that. So.
You wanted a roommate?
I wanted a rookie.
What? Could I ask why?
Najee was
Yeah, to take him after, help him learn the plays and stuff. I want a rookie running back, learn the plays, help him along the way, what to expect and stuff like that in camp. What they want is my fault. Okay. What they want to see from you, the coaches, what the team want to see in you. So I don't have that though. So.
Najee, how do the best leaders lead? Are you by example? Do you have?
There's all type of leaders. There's leaders who lead from the back. There's leaders who lead in the front. Obviously, the vocal ones like Cam. And there's leaders who lead by example. I think I'm the guy who leads by example. I try to be that type of person, but like I said, I got to be the one who leads by speaking to. But there's all types of leaders. It's really just who's the team feel more comfortable with setting, who can set the best example of what the standard is, I guess. So for me, that's just playing by the standard. That's it for me.
Is that a role you embrace?
Yes, I embrace it. Yeah.
What's the standard, Najee?
The standard, my standard or Steelers standard?
Either one.
Well, Steelers standard obviously is hard-nosed football. There's just grit, like these dorm rooms we got, stuff like that. Just the traditional style of the Steelers. Mine is along those lines too, but I'm more motivated in a way. I want to achieve more. Mine is more of a hunger and drive for me. So we got some things that resemble a lot of it.
Najee, I know there's been a lot of attention being paid to if there's another back that can maybe help you out in terms of workload, but does it have to be about a second back, or can it be about the other wide receivers getting involved more often, the tight ends getting involved more often, more quick strike drives potentially?
I think it should be a second back. Not the fact that it's just being a little smart, smart. There's some plays where if you watch my film, I'll get somewhat tired, and then those aren't my best plays. But we have a good understanding of what to prepare for. To prepare for this year. So, there was a new back, and we're just trying to find somebody else in the role.
Najee, when's the last time you lived in a dorm this style? Was it like freshman year?
Traditional?
Or
never lived no shit like that. I ain't even stepped in it yet. I ain't walked in my room yet. I don't want to, but I have to.
Najee, how valuable can it be with so many new pieces?
Say again?
With all the new pieces the last couple of years on offense, how valuable can this setting be just with all you guys together for a couple of weeks here at Saint Vincent?
You talking about all the new pieces we got, like Kenny?
On offense.
Oh yeah. So I mean, yeah. So we got a lot of new guys. Obviously, we got Pickens, we got George Pickens, Kenny Pickett. All of them, Austin. Even Cam's brother. We got a lot of people right now. A lot of guys who needs to step in and play roles. We got people coming up from last year. Pat having a good year last year, and you seen what he could do. We got more experience on the line. Deontay and Chase. We got guys who's already shown that they could play. So what we need to do is we need to find what is something that we're all good at, and we need to find a way to give everybody the ball and have everybody, the playmakers, work in space. What are some ways we can give the playmakers the ball? What is some way we could distribute the ball where everybody can eat and where defenses, they're not going to know what to prepare for. We need to have an explosive offense. We need some people who can take the top off, to keep the safeties at bay. So this time right now is going to be really important for us to find our identity of what our offense is going to look like and see what roles that these young guys are going to play for us. I'm going to do everything I can to help these guys out, especially Pickens. I think he's going to be a real good guy for us. Just his size and his athleticism, I think he can create a lot of mismatches. Austin too in the slot, I feel like he can create a lot of mismatches too. His speed is fast.
Feel great, explosive, ready to go.
Which his body weight is
256. Yeah. So around there from same time as last year, or same weight as last year, and but more physically capable of doing some more things.
What expectations are you putting on yourself for this year?
Obviously be a really good tight end for the Steelers and someone on offense that the quarterbacks can feed to and look to.
Do you set numbers or any goals like that?
Yeah, personal numbers and stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into that.
Do you have that conversation with them, or do you just figure they'll find you when you're open?
They can find me when I'm open. I haven't had any conversations with them.
How's it get a fresh start, clean slate? How does it feel to get a brand new beginning?
Yeah, it's definitely it's cool to get a brand new beginning. We're a young team on offense, so obviously just trying to find our own groove and find our own way, and just kind of pick up where things left off last year. But obviously, like you said, find our new thing.
You got a young position room now too. Has anybody stepped up, or is that something?
You said position group.
Your position group.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Zach's been here for a long time, so he's kind of knows some things and kind of been around here. So we're definitely looking towards him, being here before and stuff like that.
One thing people have been talking about a lot is Najee Harris and how he maybe reduce the number of touches he has.
Yeah.
Chase was kind of talking about this earlier, that it's not necessarily about getting another back to get a bunch of touches. It's what can everybody else do? Quicker drives, what receivers can take some of the touches and targets. Does that fall under your umbrella as well?
Yeah, I guess. Obviously, we need to protect Najee as much as possible, but obviously, the more he gets the ball, the more plays he makes and more electric he is and our offense is. So I think it's a little bit of both.
What have you been told about what to expect from camp in Latrobe? It's obviously going to be different than sleeping in your own bed, being at home.
I heard it's hot. I heard if you wake up in the morning and look out the window and see some fog or whatever, it's going to be a long day. So definitely just that it's hot and humid.
Just remind you of Penn State.
Rooney Hall. What are your first impressions of the Bigs for the next few weeks here?
It's bringing me back to Penn State days.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I like how being around the team all the time and just kind of building that relationship off the field. I think it'll be good for the team.
And you guys have roommates again?
Yeah, we got. I'm with Mitch, Mason, and Zach.
Is that you think that's by design? Putting the tight ends, the safety valves,
we picked it.
the
We
QBs?
picked it. Yeah, we picked it. Yeah, we picked it. We're good. We're good friends. So yeah.
How much time did you spend with those guys in from mini camp to now with Mitch and Mason, working with them, catching passes, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we spent some time. I went to Jersey and worked out with Kenny for a couple of days. I wasn't really worked out with Mason and Mitch just because where we trained at and stuff like that. But we definitely stay in touch a lot and talk about the offense and plays and all that kind of stuff.
Is that something that a lot of you guys, skill player wise, that you guys have been trying to do this offseason, OTAs, and in between working out with whoever it's going to be that's going to be the starting quarterback?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, just obviously building that chemistry and just making sure we know where to be for them, because obviously we have to follow the offensive rules, but it's really where the quarterback wants us to be. So we have to kind of see what each one of them want in that aspect.
Ben no longer being here, you had OTAs and kind of go through this. Offensively, who is stepping up in kind of that leadership role that you've noticed, or maybe even yourself?
I think obviously Naj, just because he's more vocal and stuff like that. I think a little bit in me, but I don't really talk that much. I just kind of do me. So I definitely look to Naj, and obviously whoever the quarterback is and our O-line and all that kind of stuff. So I'm more kind of defer to other people, but I just kind of lead by example.
What kind of leader is Najee?
He's vocal. You know how he is. He's vocal and he works hard, and he definitely lead by example, but he's not afraid to express his opinion.
When it comes to confidence, what was your confidence last year as a rookie versus what it is now, and how much did last year help you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more confident just knowing what to do and, you know, knowing what camp is like. Last year, obviously, didn't know what to expect, but definitely this year, knowing what to expect, and obviously there's going to be more on my plate this year. Obviously, me being proven, stuff like that, but I'm ready for it and ready to go.
How difficult is the process, do you suppose, for a quarterback stepping into the shoes of a legend?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to do it, but you know, they're all of them are very capable of it, and you know, I don't think they have to be Ben or follow what Ben did. I think they need to just be them because they're NFL quarterback for a reason, so just play their game and all that kind of stuff.
Have you gotten a sense in year 2 here how much Matt Canada might want to use the tight end more at all, a little bit more, a little bit less?
Yeah, I mean, not really much of a sense of. I mean, we'll find out next couple of days, but I think he's obviously looking for us to be there a lot more.
How did that come about, working out with Kenny this offseason?
My girlfriend and his fiance like kind of live in the same area, and so Kenny's from the same town as my girlfriend, so we kind of just went down there, spent the day, and did some things with her.
Pat, in terms of the fans here, because this is such a big event, not only for you guys, not only for Steelers fans, but for, you know, the city of Latrobe.
Yeah.
What have you kind of heard about that? And how excited are you to really get to interact with fans in ways you haven't?
Yeah, I mean, going on social media, I mean, the fans were obviously very upset last year. We didn't go to Latrobe, and I was kind of confused. But being here and understanding what, you know, that they take a lot of pride in this, and it's been a rich Steelers tradition for a long time, that I can kind of understand why it's, you know, awesome to be back here. And you can kind of feel the history just walking around here and seeing all the legends, or feeling all the legends that have been here before me.
So you said you guys kind of got to pick your roommates. It wasn't like the coaches being like, well, we want this guy.
And
this guy
we got
for
to
this
pick who we
reason.
want and all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. It was cool.